Hey, welcome to the official ArtCiclismo vlog, video blog. This one is one is designed for all my friends, Facebook friends who are in Facebook. Just call me randomly, which I loved. To ask me advice about buying bikes, specifically, basically since March of this year with the dreaded COVID. So this vlog is going to concentrate, probably break it up into 3 or 4 different segments, so it's not too long. Primarily, when everyone's been calling me, they've been asking about specific price ranges, budgets. They varied from somebody, I think one of the few asked around $500, all the way up to a couple of grand. What I can tell you from just knowing the bicycle industry, stopping at various bike shops along the way, and knowing a couple of bike shop owners, is it's not easy right now to get any type of bikes. They don't actually, some of the bike shops don't know what's coming in at this point. They've ordered everything, but whatever comes in from the factory, whatever's left. Bikes actually are very similar to cars. They're done on a model year. They don't just generally produce bikes over and over and over. They make changes. The components change. The component companies change. Various technologies, which we're going to get into here. But before I do that, and you'll excuse the crudity of the setup, you'll even see some of the video work that I did. I actually shot on a GoPro sitting on top of a camera on a stand. In the living room near the bikes. So I didn't break out all the studio equipment, sorry. The idea primarily for this video is to talk about your budget and how to kind of space your budget out and to look at it, because too many people, just if their total budget really is $800 or $1,000, they're going to put all of that towards the bike. And that's what I'm going to discuss here. First, number one, on this list is certainly the helmet. I want you to, believe it or not, take a good portion of your budget, up to 20%, a couple $100 possibly, to purchase 2 pieces of equipment. First is going to be your bike helmet, and the second piece of safety equipment is going to be gloves. And those two are absolutely 100% necessary to ride. The helmet, the reason why I'm saying to spend more on the helmet is actually so that you won't just use this bike once or twice and then it goes into the closet with, the lacrosse sticks, the skateboards, and everything else that you might have bought. But the primary rider will actually get on it and stay on it. One of the great problems with bicycles is comfort. And I noticed that helmets are a huge issue. They're a huge issue for when I put my sons on their bikes. Fitting the helmets and make sure that they were comfortable. They complained, all that stuff. So what I want you to do is take approximately $100 for the helmet. You don't have to buy a $300 professional cycling helmet, but I would really avoid the bottom end, the heavier helmets. And you'll notice, you'll go into any bike shop and hold them up and you'll see that the $40 inexpensive helmet, well, they're all going to pass safety standards for sure. The heavier the helmet, the less comfort it is, the more pain on your neck, literally pain in the neck. And then heat from riding and weather, they're not going to be as well ventilated, they're not going to be as fit, they're not going to be as easy to fit. You'll notice in the video that I shot that there's, my helmets, I have some wheels on there that help tighten the helmet around your head properly. The straps are really soft and comfortable. They don't grab your face, and you can imagine. And then the second big item on this list is going to be gloves. And gloves, it's almost the same thing. I certainly don't think you need to buy a pair of racing gloves, and you're going to see 2 examples. I have one pair of racing gloves that have barely any padding, and they're actually more expensive. I know it's one of those odd things. And then the other pair are going to have lots of padding. Sometimes you'll see the words gel, and they'll have little ends on them to help you take them off, because it's hot and they get sweaty and they get a little sticky. It's a little gross. And those are the primary, the two items that I want you to budget in to purchasing your first bike. So that's going to either raise your budget or it's going to deduct from your budget. So you then have to look for a more economical bicycle. The next order of business certainly would be selecting the bike, and we're going to get into that to a second in a second in another video. But when you're first starting out, it's that budget for the bike, subtract the key safety equipment, the helmet and the gloves, and then there are various other accessories, some of them very important, like lighting and things like that, and we'll look at that in a second. But those would be my first things.